It's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. And of course, I share my own asexual life journey, order to help you in yours. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon right now. So in tonight's final episode for Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month, which has actually gone through to the next day in the UK. So we're actually in August in the UK now. I want to be discussing what my own ideal asexual relationship looks like. And I was interviewed several hours ago by Shanna from Sense of Soul podcast. I was absolutely thrilled and excited for the interview. I was loving every single minute of it because I got to talk about my favorite topic, asexuality. And she even asked me what my ideal relationship would look like. And I was so happy she asked me this question because this is something that's really dear to my heart. So I'm going to read from Asexual Perspectives book. This was published in 2017. I'm going to tell you if I still agree with what I wrote back then. So this was you interviewing me at the back of the book, page 499 if you got a copy. Don't get grab a copy on Amazon. And I'm going to leave the reduction on the Kindle copy only until the 7th of August. So you've got one extra week now to get the Kindle copy at a ridiculously low price. So that's it. So go and grab your Kindle copy if you haven't, only till the 7th of August, reduced. So if you're not in a relationship, would you like to be in one? And if so, why? And what type of relationship? Romantic, platonic? What would your ideal relationship look like? And would you be in a relationship with a sexual person or not, and reason why? So this is what I wrote in 2017 when I published this book. And then I'll tell you what my current status and stance is on it. It's quite long because, as you probably know, I talk a lot. So I do go in depth into my personal perspective in this book. I would only ever want to be in a relationship with an asexual romantic guy, never a sexual guy. Because in my experience, they all need sex as part of a relationship to be completely happy and fulfilled, and they cannot fulfill my need of lots of kissing without sex, so we are not compatible. I think it is counterproductive to start a relationship with problems like this and trying to make it work. The world is huge and asexuals are thousands in numbers. 1% of the population is still huge. Why limit yourself to being with someone who you are not compatible with from the offset in this way? Having said that, my heart does go out to each and every asexual that struggles to find a compatible match. I understand this better than a lot of people with my hyperromanticism and multiple attractions that are not reciprocated. But as a friend once said to me, finding my soulmate is not meant to be easy, but it will be rewarding when I find them. I have known since 10 that I have a soulmate. I did not know he was foreign or Indian until after I discovered I am asexual. So, yes, let's stop there. Right. So, I am on dating apps such as Badoo.com and Facebook dating. And I'm still having the same problem is that sexual guys need sex in a relationship. I haven't come across any genuine asexual guys who are suitable for me. And I haven't come across any guys that don't want sex apart from any that fell under the asexual spectrum on Badoo. But the majority of the 7 asexual guys I saw, I say asexual, they're on the asexual spectrum. None of them was suitable because the only one that was in my city was a smoker and bearded. There was another one in Plymouth smoking and bearded. But the majority of them were on the more grey end of the asexual spectrum, so they would have sex. So, yeah, even that's really, really tough. I find what the hardest thing is with asexuals is most of them don't pursue a relationship like a sexual person does. So a sexual person who's really attracted to someone will be literally messaging them, trying to video call them, in their inbox a lot, pursuing them, going after them. And I just find it so horrible that it seems only if sex is involved does someone persist and consistently pursue someone most of the time. It shouldn't be the case. You should be pursuing and being consistent with someone because you love their personality, because you want to spend time with them, because you care about them, because you really want them in your life, because you want to know how their day is going day by day, because you really care about that person. You're super into them, So I find that really difficult in the asexual dating community and dating groups that not many people are proactive. Like in my own dating groups, it's hard because not a lot of many people are proactive in them. And there is a few groups, or even a couple of those few groups, that do have much more interaction in terms of people posting what they like and stuff. But I find a lot of these people are women, and I'm only attracted to guys. So all the asexual women are just out for me, like as in they're no good. So that's difficult. But I do think it is counterproductive to start a relationship knowing you're just not compatible with someone. If there's fundamentally certain things you need and want in a relationship and that person can't provide those, then it's not going to change unless they decide off their own bat they're going to change. And a lot of the time they don't. So it's no point in going to a relationship where you've already got problems and issues going on to begin with. It is counterproductive. It's wasting both your time and it's not good because you'll get attached to the person. Then realize this person is just no good for you because they cannot provide you with the things you need in a relationship. They can't make you happy. Someone who truly loves you and cares about you will want you to be happy, will want you to be feeling safe, seen and heard, and will want you in their life. They won't make up excuses about they're too busy or too tired. Those people that do that, they're not really into you. I've had guys who are so busy still contact me lots in their inbox. I had a guy friend on Facebook who had a girlfriend, even was working all hours, only got about 2 hours sleep and was voice messaging me in his car. I've connected to lots of entrepreneurs who have a busy schedule and they still talk to me. One of my friends, who's actually Bangladeshi, he's a young entrepreneur guy, good looking. I do get on so well with him. And he is really, really beautiful looking and he's a great guy. And he's really busy, but he messaged me back the other day just before he started his live show. It was like only a couple of minutes before, 2 or 3 minutes before. Like most people wouldn't have done that at all, but he finished talking to me, and he's always responsive. Maybe not 100% straight away, but considering how busy he is, he's very responsive. And if you compare those type of guys with guy that's just like, oh, I'm busy, I'm too tired, I'm working. It's like we're all tired at times. We're all busy, leading busy lives and working. You get out what you put in. If you can't put time, energy, and effort into a friendship or relationship, just don't bother. I don't expect it back, So yeah, that's my pet peeve when people are just making up excuses. So asexuals struggle to get a match because if sex is never involved, that means we have to focus much more on other things in a relationship, such as compatibility of likes, dislikes, interests, and hobbies, and the varying degrees of physical affection one likes to give or receive or not, as the case may be. This can be hard because although we have asexuality as a common link, we can be so very different in these areas, and I still agree with that. There is so many differences with asexualities in terms of relationship needs that it's just so far out. I mean, some people just like a little bit of patting on the shoulder, maybe a shoulder rub or something like that. Some asexuals, they need little pecks on the cheek and cuddles. A lot of asexuals need a lot of cuddling but not much kissing. I, on the other hand, need so much kissing, not as much cuddling, and I really need to be hands on with the person, not with the lower part of his body, but with the upper part. I like feeling the guy, like as in holding his hand. I like feeling physically connected to him, and emotionally and spiritually and mentally and always. I like to be connected to the guy I'm with all the time, pretty much, like even when I'm apart. That's just the way I feel, because I love through an emotional attachment and connection. And if I don't have the consistent connection, something feels like a disconnect. It doesn't feel good, and I'd rather be single, to be honest with you. So, for me to carry on, but this is where some heterosexuals will fail, because they are so focused on the passion of the relationship and sometimes sexual addiction, they will let other incompatibilities go undetected. And when there are harder times ahead, and or they can't have sex as much for some reason, these incompatibilities show through, and there is often less communication because they are both feeling sexually neglected or rejected. Talking was probably not as important as it should have been in the beginning of the relationship, and because they are not used to talking about such things, the gap between them widens. So, yeah, I do find this like sexual attraction really clouds people's judgment, and it also enables people to get into relationships that otherwise probably shouldn't be in a relationship together. But equally, romantic attraction and aesthetic attraction that's really strong can also make people who are incompatible get together, because they still feel a chemistry even if they don't want sex. They can feel aesthetic and romantic chemistry. They can feel like they belong together when actually they're very incompatible. So yeah, you've got to really watch that. So my ideal relationship would be with an Indian asexual heteroromantic or demi-romantic guy who loved me implicitly and who couldn't get enough of me and my quirky personality. I still like that. I still agree with that. Although my experience is probably better with heteroromantics than demi-romantics. I would like him to want to talk to me for hours about anything and everything, and he would love snogging my face off just as much as I love snogging his face off, knowing it will never lead to sex. I am still like that now. I do want a guy where I can talk to him about anything and everything, the world, the planet, the universe, and hold hands and sit there and gaze in each other's eyes while we're talking and get enthusiastic about all different topics. I really find that very asexually stimulating and passionate. So I would love him to want to snog my face up as much as I wanted to snog his face off. That is really important to me. Kissing is how I show physical intimacy and share it with my special guy that I don't have yet. And kissing is so important for me. I would like him to be nudity repulsed like me, or in the very least not be attracted to it or want to look at it, particularly in movies or in the cinema, as that is the one thing that makes me angry in a relationship. If I have a boyfriend and he is looking at that, I have to say that I'm still not comfortable with a guy, if I was in a relationship with him, looking at naked women on the cinema screen. That's why I prefer to go to the cinema by myself. But yeah, I don't tend to watch films if I can help it with nudity in anyway. But yeah, I just really don't like that. It pees me off. Something that really peed me off about my ex. And it was really annoying. So he was heterosexual though, the last long-term ex. I'm a bit old-fashioned in that one way, because although I have no desire to be naked with anyone, including my boyfriend if I had one, I do believe he should only have eyes for me in that regard. Because he is in a relationship with me. I hardly ever watch TV, and I'm selective about the movies I watch, trying to avoid nudity, which most of the time with the films I like, I can do. If there was nudity on TV and I happened to have it on once in a blue moon, I would turn it off or turn it over, look the other way. In the cinema, if nudity happened to be on, I would usually look down at the floor, up at the ceiling. And if I watched movies at home, I would fast forward it if sex was in it. But usually I don't have films with that in it. I hate nudity, as you might have guessed. Apart from that, I'm okay with looking at myself naked in the mirror every day after a shower. So, yeah, I am still really nudity repulsed. I don't like nudity in sculptures, in paintings, on TV, in articles, in movies. And now I don't actually have a TV license anymore since I've moved here, so I can't watch TV at all in my home, which I'm really glad about because the news is really bad for you, TV is really bad for you. It's all doom and gloom and designed to instill fear into you. So I don't watch TV, and I'm glad as well because a lot of the soap operas, they have like barmaids with breasts on display. A lot of the movies have stuff with sexual organs on display or sexual parts on display, or they have sex scenes, and it just becomes totally unnecessary a lot of the time, and they're just doing it for the audience to sexual gratification basically. So I'm still very new to Repulsed, and I hate it. I really do. Right, so to carry on with my perspective on my book, Asexual Perspectives book, I would want the Indian romantic guy to have a quirky teenager style relationship with me, without sex, without marriage, and most certainly without kids. And for it to be a living apart together relationship where he would move to live very near me in the UK, but not with me, as I enjoy living on my own. And as I said before, I would not want the responsibility of joint housework and bills. I would want him to look after himself and his place, and me to look after myself and my place. Then we would meet up once or twice a week and spend ages looking into each other's eyes and talking intelligently to one another. I can picture me and him sat on top of my bed opposite each other and holding each other's hands, feeling warmth, love, and sincerity, and both smiling so much. I can still get this image of this Indian guy doing that with me. And he has beautiful dark chestnut brown hair, is clean shaven and thin, with maybe slightly toned muscles, and he works in IT, probably as a website designer or developer. As I build my own websites without code, I find this talk very intellectually asexy, and it would be very stimulating for me. So yeah, I'll just stop there a minute, because I do experience intelligence attraction, and how I experience that is through conversation usually. And I particularly find guys who can code websites and talk about coding websites very intellectually attractive to me. Like, I really want to kiss the guy more when he starts talking about coding with Python and stuff like that. I find it so asexually turning on, which is very unusual, right? And I'm going back to my ideal guy, and or he would be into business or be an entrepreneur, although this is not essential as long as I am interested in the type of work things as the same type of work thing as him, so we can talk about it, and or creative hobbies such as writing. 21 to 27 is my ideal age range. 24 would be good, or even 28 would be fine if he looked his age or younger. After 32, though, it really is getting way too old for me. And at 32, he would need to look like he was in his 20s, or I could not kiss him. And I need kissing and lots of it, which is another point. I would need specific kissing time too, and he would have to enjoy cuddling and holding hands in public and some kissing in public. I don't like to be hidden away like some dirty little secret. So unless a foreign guy is prepared to show his love publicly for me, again, it's no go. I broke up with a sexual foreign boyfriend who did a lot worse stuff than that years ago, but it was because of him not wanting to hold my hand in public that I could never stay as his girlfriend. If I had a boyfriend, he would have to be able to put on Facebook status that he's in a relationship with me and want to do that. I know there are many foreign guys who don't seem to want to do this. They will publicly love their brother, but when it comes to their partner, it would appear they are single. If you are proud of the woman you are with and you are not looking for another, you should show it. Anyone should be proud to be with me, just as I should be proud to be with them. And therefore, they would not have to care about the age difference, but be very happy with an older girl and not worry about what parents, friends, or relatives think. This is why I need an individualist like me, someone who does not follow the crowd and could not care less what others think. I love the Bollywood look, the guys who are in Bollywood movies who are clean shaven, handsome, and with dark hair, but sometimes they look too old and like a boy next door look best. The guy in the film Life of Pius Cube, I'm guessing, is not asexual, and he may have been too young for me when the film was made. He is 23 now. I would like my asexual guy to love going out to the cinema with me, as it's one of my favourite things to do, and go to theme parks, the ones with roller coasters, zoos, aquariums, and out for meals. So yes, my ideal age I put here is between 21 and 27. 24 would be good, or even 28. So my ideal age, if I was to pick an actual age specifically, would be 23 years old. Actually, I just think they're more like to have finished university, then know what they want a bit more, and I just like that age, 23. I think it's a good age. So yeah. And also I still like doing those things, and I still like going to theme parks, zoos, aquariums, out for meals, and to the cinema with myself or with my friends, but I don't kiss my friends. So the difference with a romantic relationship is I'd want to be kissing when I'm waiting for the theme park rides to go on them. That is, when I'm going around zoos and aquariums, I would want to be kissing around them and holding hands and cuddling. It just makes the experience so much better when you're with a romantic asexual partner, or a romantic partner, full stop, if you're doing that type of thing. I don't kiss my friends, so I think you have to have boundaries with friends that are different to being in a relationship. So, to continue, I believe a relationship should empower and enhance your life. This is so important. Not take anything away from it, and that works both ways. So, for example, I love romance and being loved up 24/7, as this is the way I feel about my life pretty much every day by myself. I would want a guy to love me the way I am and be attracted to my quirks and love me for them, and want the same teenager lifestyle and relationship. Oh, I put teenager magical lifestyle and relationship, but I did already love with myself. And I want him to never try and change me in any way. I like living like a 15-year-old with cuddly toys, a fiber optic lamp, Iron Man alarm clock, colour boxes, sparkly things, and Disney stuff around my bedroom. So I've moved home now and I don't actually have that fiber optic lamp anymore. It stopped working, and I gave it to my parents to repair, but the bulbs were too expensive for it, so it was chucked in the bin. I love living life like a teenager, and I intend to live to be at least 100, and always want to live this way forever, as I'm the happiest I've ever been. I do not do normal or and conventional. I would hate to be normal, so if you never call me normal, then that is great. I do not want to live with magnolia walls and neutral carpets, and I like cozy, not minimalistic. My lifestyle mindset age is 23, so I often end up being the younger person in the relationship than the guy, the older one, if say they're 24 or older. I actually have a mindset of 21 now. I reprogram my mind to be younger using NLP, and I've went from 23 to 21. So that's the mindset I've had for a few years now. I celebrate my 21st mindset birthday each year nowadays. So yeah, I really love that. And I do have more neutral stuff now. So it makes me laugh because the carpet in my masonette flat here, they call it a flat and they also call it masonette because it's on 2 levels. It has got beige carpets actually, so that's why I'm laughing now. And I bought wardrobes and furniture for here that is off-white, so that's quite funny. But I'm not minimalistic. So yeah. In fact, some younger guys are just too old for me in their lifestyle, which is true. I'm not into nature or history, and I also don't like to travel apart from to London for business or pleasure to go to Disneyland Paris by Eurostar. I'm the same way still. I like going out on day trips, but I'm not interested in traveling abroad apart from to go to Disneyland by Eurostar, which is what I went to and by in May. I'm not a scenic sightseer or sunbather type of person. I like doing young, fun kid stuff. So one of my favorite attractions to go to is Shrek Adventureland in London. It's so magical there, and unless I have an equally enthusiastic person accompanying me, I prefer to go on my own. I will self-date and love it. My birth certificate age, I don't usually reveal to anyone unless they want to date me because it is irrelevant. It's not me or who I am. Age is a state of mind. When I was younger in birth certificate age, I was older. Now I'm older in birth certificate age, I am younger. And that is the way it is staying forever. I'm stronger in my mind like this and I love it, and it's my life at the end of the day. So I think I can do anything a 23-year-old can do, now 21-year-old can do if I want to. I don't have many inhibitions, so I can pretty much do what I like if I want to. I love going clubbing for dancing. I don't drink alcohol or smoke. I just get high on orange juice and life itself. Most of my friends think they are too old for clubbing. Now, or they don't like it. That's up to them. I am still young as far as I'm concerned. I love clubbing, music to energize myself daily, or similar natural high music. So yeah, I'm still like that now. I love going clubbing, but I can't at the moment because I've got a muscle strain. But I do love clubbing. I still like high octane energy clubbing and stuff like that. So yes. I went on to talk about the Trolls CD. I love the Trolls CD at the moment. Music is from the Trolls movie. If you haven't seen the movie yet, it is awesome. So make sure you do. I also love the theme from Frozen Let It Go. Great uplifting track. So my guy must like my music or not mind it. I would love for my guy to also enjoy watching superhero movies and action thrillers, Disney and Pixar movies, as these are my favorites. Some sci-fi drama and family movies are okay too. I hate horror and supernatural films. Yeah, loads of asexuals love horror movies. Tons of them do. And so I'm very different. Like, I don't like horror at all. But I'm still of the same mindset. I still love the Trolls music. I still love Let It Go in particular. I still love action thrillers, Disney, Pixar, especially superhero movies. So if a guy likes that too, then it's really good. So yeah, there we go. I love myself. I love my life. I would like to find the right asexual guy for a relationship. I have not met him yet. I still hold my heart out openly for the right asexual guy to come along and snog me forever and be in a super romantic teenager style relationship for the rest of our lives together and have lots of fun, kissing, cuddling, talking openly and honestly about anything and everything, particularly coding websites, and just having such a strong bond. You know, I need a really strong guy for a relationship, one who's boundary driven with other women and knows what he wants, knows his own mind, is happy to tell his parents, I want to be with Sandra, who's an older asexual girl. And I really need that. You know, I don't like it when guys are so worried about what their parents think, what their relatives think, what their friends think. You know, they should just go for it, not worry about what people think or say all the time, you know? It is harder in the sense that I'm an asexual girl who likes younger guys, but predominantly in the asexual community, most people are in their 20s usually. There's a lot of younger asexuals, and there's a lot of people in my groups that aren't even interested in having a relationship with younger people. There's a lot of younger women, for example. I'm not into women. So I do have a distinct advantage in the sense that I do like younger guys, but I've got to be with a younger guy who likes an older woman because obviously I need someone who's opposite. I like younger guys. I need a younger guy who likes an older girl. I find there's loads of younger guys who love an older girl on the dating apps and dating sites, but this is because they want sex, not because they genuinely like that age group for a serious committed relationship. And they think that I'm looking for a guy in his 20s because I just want some fun. I want to hook up. I want something casual, just, you know, to have dating and sex. And it's the opposite. I want a guy for a serious committed relationship, a younger guy, because I'm only interested in younger guys. You know, so yeah, never give up on your asexual dreams. Keep fighting for what you believe in. And I hope you get the asexual person of your dreams, whether that's a friendship, a close companionship, or in fact a romantic relationship. I hope you found this video useful, helpful, and interesting. If you have, please pop an emoji down below. and a comment. Love to know what you think. And I'll see you soon in the next video live stream. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. And go and grab your copy of Asexual Perspectives, which is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Waterstones, Blackwell's, and Walmart websites. But it is reduced heavily in Kindle version for Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month, and I'm extending that reduction till the 7th of August inclusive. End of the 7th of August, that's it. It's going back up in price, so go and grab your copy now. And I love you. Take care. Lots of love. Always stay ace.